Yes, of course. Basically, as you mentioned, 2018 was the blockchain year for Malta. We were very focused. We started our process, the initial process in February of 2018, and we immediately conducted a series of meetings with operators, with regulators, with all the stakeholders involved in this industry. And in a matter of just 7 months, we came up with 3 pieces of legislation that basically gave us the title of the blockchain island, that we provided a regulatory framework for a holistic environment, so to speak, for all blockchain operations, not just crypto, but other operations also operating on blockchain. For example, we are also providing certification of platforms, which is unique. There's no any other central government authority that certifies platform. It is like, I use the example of an ISO certification for platforms. So on the 1st of November, the process was effectively put into place, and the authorities started to receive the applications. I must say that the response was overwhelming. There were hundreds of applications which were received by the authorities, and given also, as I mentioned, that we have to first approve the system auditors and VFA agents to then go to the next step of the process. At the moment, we are at the final stages to approve the first batch of the VFA agent. Eventually, it will continue to the next stage for the issuing of the licenses. So we are calculating that in Q2 this year, the licensing will start to be issued. Yeah, the numbers, as I mentioned, were overwhelming. Actually, it was much more than we expected. So I'm informed that the number of interest parties was approximately about the 1,000 figure, consisting of applications on exchanges, ICOs, wallet providers, brokers, different number of operations. And obviously, I'm not saying that all the 1,000 will be licensed, because this is a rigorous procedure, because if we acquire a Maltese license, we have to keep in mind that Malta is part of the European Union, and our license weighs a lot. It is not just a title, it is a privilege to have a Maltese license. But once you get that license, it is peace of mind that the operator is a serious operator, and that gives a lot of value. Yes, basically that was the key element and the successful element of our legislation. So basically, as I explained, the first thing that we have done is that we sat with the industry. So we provided legislation with the industry, for the industry, with 3 key pillars: market integrity, consumer protection, and market stability. Those are the 3 pillars of the legislation. But what we have done in order to regulate or provide a regulatory environment for this unregulated industry, as you said, but the trick was in doing so without stifling innovation. So we wanted to find the balance between regulation but not suffocating the industry. And I think with the help of many people, and when I say many people, a lot of people contributed to this exercise within a very short period of time. But as a government, we were like working day and night on this legislation. We managed to find out the right formula. That is basically, we have taken the high-level principles of EU legislation and implemented to our law. Instead of going to a rules-based approach, we went to a principles-based approach.